Good evening, Tigers fans, and welcome to a beautiful night of high school baseball here at B.A. Miller Field, the home of your Liberty Center Tigers. I'm Greg Radwin, bringing you all the live action with Brian Jiggs Babcock as we get set for a Northwest Ohio League showdown between our Liberty Center Tigers and the visiting Delta Panthers. Jiggs, nice to be with you tonight.
Yeah, it's good to be on here. Beautiful day out here in B.A. Miller Field. Got a nice little breeze heading out to left field tonight. Maybe carrying some balls out of the park potentially here.
The Delta Panthers, coached by Dustin Stickley, are looking to shake off a slow start and turn around their season. Delta enters with an overall record of 1-5 and an 0-1 mark in league play. Their bats have been searching for a rhythm, just hitting 188 on the season as a team. Senior pitcher tonight, Carlos DeSantos, has been a bright spot for the Panthers, swinging a hot bat with a 471 average, 5 RBIs, and 4 doubles for the Panthers. Brady Moore is adding a solid production as well, hitting .250 and leading the pitching staff with an impressive 1.5 ERA over 12 innings. As for your Liberty Center Tigers, the young Cubs come out tonight's contest ready to defend their turf. Coming into tonight's game, the Tigers are 3-2 on the year with an 0-1 record, with their loss coming to league favorite Swanton Bulldogs Monday night, 5-3. Through the 5 games this season, the Tigers are batting a team average of .212. Offensively, Tyler Lay leads the team with a .400 batting average with 8 RBIs, 3 extra base hits. Freshman Isaiah Badenhop, a spark plug at the top of the lineup, batting .357 with an on-base percentage of .550. He's already scored 6 runs and brings speed and pressure to the opposing defenses. Jiggs, what do you like about this Tigers lineup so far this season?
Yeah, I think what you're seeing, you're starting to see, a little bit of balance in this lineup. And, obviously when you start early in the season, you get this April weather, cold. It's tough to swing the bat. Typically better for pitching. So we'll see once we start to get a little bit of warm up here. It's late April into May, and see if that makes a big difference for this Tiger lineup.
Tonight, the Tigers will turn to Heath Atkinson on the mound. The Tigers' ace so far, posting a 3.94 ERA. What do you see from him, Jiggs, early in the season, or what are some keys for him tonight against the Delta Panthers squad looking to get on base?
Well, it's certainly Heath, pitching from that left-hand side. He's got some junk, and he really likes to work corners, and look forward to him just being in control, pounding the strike zone. You got a Delta lineup here that has struggled. Their average has not been so good. So get in the strike zone. Apologies there. We had a little bit of malfunction, but stay in the strike zone. You want to pitch to this Delta Panthers team, make them put the ball in the play, trust your defense, make them swing the bat.
Thanks, Jiggs. Look for Liberty Center to take advantage of opportunities on the base pass and rely on steady pitching and tight defense to control the tempo. They'll look to capitalize on Delta's 9.09 team ERA and keep pressure on the Panthers defense, which has committed 19 errors on the season. We've got fans filling in. The players are getting locked in. The national anthem is playing, and 2 teams looking for their first league win of the 2025 campaign. Stick around. Lineups, starting pitchers, and the first pitch are coming up next. This is Liberty Center Baseball on LC Tiger Sports Live, and you're listening from B.A. Miller Field.
Tiger Sports Live would like to thank its 2024-25 title sponsors: KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Swanton Welding, P's and Ello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, and the Gerald Grain Centers. We appreciate you guys. They support us, so please support them.
And we're back. Jiggs, we'll start with the Delta Panthers starting lineup. If you could go through that for our listeners and kind of tell us a little bit about their lineup.
Sure. Starting at the top of the order, Jacob Walter, second base. Shortstop, Brady Moore. Pitching, Carlos DeSantos. Catching, Lane Lopez. The DH, Vincent Morrow. At third, Nathan Elton. Left field, Emmerich Freeze. And center, Hayden Bolton. first base Jaden Lohman, and right field Jack Tedrick.
And Jigs, from their lineup, what do you kind of see from their lineup?
I think obviously the bright spot is DeSantos, the pitcher. I saw him kind of warming up there. It looks like he's got decent speed, on his throwing. It's going to be important, obviously, for him to throw strikes as well and to try to eliminate getting balls into play. Obviously, you talked about they're averaging 3 errors a game so far early in the season, so not great defensively behind him yet. So it's going to be important for him to have a good start.
Yeah, and talking to Coach LaPlante before the game, he kind of explained that the Tigers need to be patient in the box. So I can foresee a lot of strikes being taken. Tiger hitters kind of being a little patient in the box. So I think they're going to make DeSantos kind of show that he can beat them. We have our plate talk going on right now, and first pitch to follow here shortly.
I gotta say, I love the jerseys here, the unis for Liberty. I like that all black with you got the orange pinstripe, orange hat, orange letters. Pretty sharp out there.
I think players were instrumental in kind of designing them last year. So this is the second year of the Tigers wearing them.
Okay.
So they kind of switched things up. They wore black hats with these uniforms last year, and I think the team decided on orange hats this year, and they're wearing black hats away. They got some pretty sharp away uniforms too.
Yeah, okay. I like that tiger face. I like the traditional LC at the the block LC, but you got the tiger face. It's kind of the Detroit Tigers look. They got some hats kind of going that way now, so I like it. I will say I've not been out to very many baseball games the last several years, and it's nice to be back out here. This setting at BA is just fantastic. You obviously got the black backstop there, the flag, you got the evergreen trees, you got the scoreboard out there. So this is quite the setting for a game of baseball today, and it's one of the better fields in the league, if you ask me.
Yeah, we certainly are blessed here out in Liberty Center with our facilities, the amount of upgrades that we've done in the past couple years, throughout the district with the K-12 building and football field and out here at the Spring Sports Complex. So definitely something to be proud of. And, I think the Tiger faithful like playing at home, and, we've done pretty well at home over the years in various sports. So, it definitely helps when, you have some pride in your facilities and, take pride in what we do out here. So we appreciate the support, and obviously, from being out here for years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Growing up here.
Absolutely. You got the softball game going on there. I think, Cole, that's getting broadcasted there as well. And the other station, who's calling that? Tim Davis and Mark Bly on the call for the softball. What's the softball's record so far? 5-1, 5-5. They got 10 games in already. Well,
and that's another kind of story of the spring. We had a couple scrimmages, and it was 60 degrees, and then we start regular season play, and we have 40 degrees with 20-mile-an-hour winds and cancellations, and it's kind of been a tough spring so far.
Weather always a factor early in the spring like this, and you can get a week just completely washed out by a couple good rains, and we certainly have had some rain this spring, so nice looks like we got kind of a dry forecast here for the 10-day forecast. Should be able to get some good games in here.
Heath Atkinson warming up on the mound for the Tigers. If you ask Heath, he's got 5-6 different pitches. He'll probably mix in 2 to 3 here tonight. Like Jiggs mentioned, from the left side. Again, some keys to his success tonight. He's got to pound the zone, especially get ahead of those hitters. When he controls the count, he's pretty tough to hit because he can go to his breaking stuff.
Yep.
That's pretty effective. Kind of throws a little slurve, sweeper, especially to left-handers. That's really effective. Keeps hitters balls on the ground. His team makes plays behind him. Can be pretty effective, but he does need to get ahead. So look to Heath to get ahead of hitters starting tonight, especially starting with this leadoff. First pitch of the game, we have leadoff second baseman Jacob Walter. And the pitch fouled off to the left. Game time temp is 65 degrees. First pitch at 5:05. No balls, one strike. And the pitch. Curveball just a bit inside. Atkinson with a fastball inside just misses off the inside part of the plate. Walter, a left-handed hitter. Ground ball to first base, and a bad hop goes into right field past Kreinbrink at first base. Delta has the leadoff hitter on.
Pretty nice pitch there by Heath. Down, kind of curveball down, got the ground ball that he wanted. And you're right, bad hop there for Kreinbrink. Couldn't quite glove that thing, and we're going to have an error on the first hitter here.
Look for Heath to control the running game. Obviously, being from the left side can kind of, do that pause move on the mound. Hitting in the 2 hole is Brady Moore, their shortstop. Heath with a curveball, just misses outside. If we look at the defensive setup, we got Tatum Murdoch at third base, kind of it on the grass, kind of looking at the hitter's hands, maybe expecting a bunt here. Ball 2. Jacob Walter with a decent lead at first. Slide step from Atkinson. Fastball, strike 1.
Heath's really been focusing on that catcher's right side. He's really been painting that corner. Got that nice call on the outside. And if he can live on them edges, he should be finding some success tonight.
2-1 count. Nobody out in the first. Heath with the fastball. Ground ball in the hole. Base hit to left field by Brady Moore. The Delta Panthers got something going here in the first. With nobody out, they got runners on first and second, with Carlos DeSantos, their best hitter, coming to the plate.
Yeah, DeSantos hitting .471 so far early in the season. He has 4 doubles so far, so this is definitely a big out here for Heath.
Infield's playing back. Atkinson gets the sign and set. The pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Good block by Tyler Lay back there. Nobody out here in the first. Runners on first and second. Atkinson gets the sign. Swing and a miss by DeSantos. Strike 1.
That is
evens the count at 1-1.
Big cut there for DeSantos. He was thinking gap there on that swing.
Walter with the decent lead at second. Fitzenreiter and Badenhop bouncing him. The pitch in the dirt again. Ball 2. Two and one count. Gets into center field. Sonnenberg does a nice job backing up that pickoff attempt.
I like that move there by Heath. Just keep that runner at second honest. Tighten him up a little bit. See if we can't get a ground ball.
2-1 count to DeSantos. And the pitch. Check swing, and he goes. Heath evens the count at 2-2. Runners at first and second, nobody out here for the Panthers in the first. We have Lane Lopez on deck. And the pitch to DeSantos. Curveball outside. Gets him looking for the first out of the inning for the Tigers. Backdoor slider, curveball from Atkinson. Gets the Panthers' third hitter, bringing up Lane Lopez.
That is a big call there for Heath to get that first out. Now you got potential double play ball to get out of here.
Badenhop and Fitzenreiter, double play depth up the middle. Curveball for a strike. Strike one. That's kind of what we talked about, Jigs, getting ahead of these hitters. Heath is really mixing up his pitches, kind of keeping the Delta Panthers off balance here early on. Another curveball.
Yeah, that is tough. Coming from a lefty, that off-speed, I know when I played, I hated off-speed pitches. I didn't like curveballs, especially coming from left-handed. So he's tough to track here early.
Ooh. Just misses on the outside corner, 1-2 from Atkinson.
And I do like how he's moving that out. I mean, he is painting that corner, really trying to make this ump give him some calls. That was a good pitch there. 2 strikes.
Runners on first and second, 1 out here in the first. Curveball misses just high. Evens the count at 2-2. Look for Atkinson to kind of come at the hitter here. And the pitch. Another curveball. Line drive to left center. That might get in the gap. Sonnenberg cuts it off. Gets it into the shortstop. 1 run will score. A double for Lane Lopez. Drives in 1 run, and the Delta Panthers take the early 1-0 lead. Hitting for the Delta Panthers is DH Vincent Maurer. Another left-handed hitter for the Delta Panthers. He'll hit with guys on second and third with 1 out here in the first. Atkinson sets, and the pitch, curveball, kind of leaves it up.
Yeah, Maurer hitting 167 so far, so he's kind of had a slow start so far this year.
And the pitch, fastball inside, gets the strike to even the count 1-1. Atkinson comes set, the bunt, and fouled off.
Yeah, that was a squeeze there, wasn't it?
That was a straight-up suicide squeeze,
Yeah,
too. It wasn't
sure
a
was.
safety squeeze.
Nope.
He wasn't waiting for that ball to get down. He
Nope.
took off from third here. Kind of catches the attention of the Tiger third baseman, Tatum Murdoch. He's on the cutout there. Kreinbrink kind of in on the grass at first base. We have the middle infield playing back, and the pitch. Fly ball to center. Sonnenberg's tracking. He'll hit the cutoff, and that runner advances to third base, scoring 1 run. Atkinson backing up third base. He'll stop that runner at third base. Maurer with the RBI sac fly to center field brings in the second run for the Delta Panthers, bringing up the left fielder, Emmerich Fries.
Freeze hitting 182 so far this year.
The Delta Panthers putting some pressure on the Tigers' defense so far this evening. If we can get out of here with 2 runs, I think we'd be happy with that based on having the leadoff and the 2-hole on. Atkinson sets in the pitch. Fastball just misses low. Freeze, a freshman, plays left field for the Panthers. And the curveball lands in for a strike to even the count at 1-1. 2 outs here for the Tigers on the top of the first. 2-0 lead for the Panthers. Atkinson comes set on the pitch. Fastball just misses the outside.
Come at him here.
Curveball misses low. A light breeze blowing out to left, as Jig mentioned in the pregame. We have infielders playing back with 2 outs here. We have outfield playing pretty shallow.
Mm-hmm.
Atkinson with the 3-1 pitch. And a curveball. We have a 3-2 count with 2 outs. Runner on third base for the Delta Panthers. Atkinson with the pitch. He's going to have to field his position. Foul ball. Atkinson going to those off-speed pitches.
Yeah, he is, man. He's throwing a bunch of curveballs. Really just one hard-hit ball so far on Heath. I mean, he gets settled in here. I think he can
3-2 count, 2 outs here in the top of the first. And the pitch. Curveball. Short. Fitzenreiter throws to first and gets him for the 3rd out of the inning.
Stretch there. Kreinbrink with the big stretch. It's very important to have a first baseman over there to be able to bail out a potential throw. I had a bunch of those in high school where Jason Mueller was just all over the place trying to field my throws from short because I wasn't very accurate, but nice catch there, Kreinbrink, to get out of that inning.
All right, we're going to go to commercial.
Tiger Sports Live would like to thank its 2024-25 title sponsors: KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Swanton Welding, P's and Ello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, and the Gerald Grain Centers. We appreciate you guys. They support us, so please support them.
Broadcast is copyrighted by Tiger Sports Live for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of Tiger Sports Live is prohibited.
And we're back here at B.A. Miller Field in the bottom of the first. In the top of the first, Jigs, can we go through the stat line for him?
Yes. In that first inning there, Jacob Walter, reached on an error on the first batter. Brady Moore had a single then. Carlos DeSantos with a strikeout. Lane Lopez with a double to score 1 run. And then Vincent Moore had the sac fly there to get that second run in there for the Delta Panthers.
And Jigs, if you want to take us through the Tigers batting order here, starting with Isaiah Badenhop leading it off.
Yeah, we got Isaiah at the top, then Tyler Lay, Caden Kreinbrink in the 3rd spot, batting 4th. Mason Smith batting 5th. Tatum Murdoch batting 6th. Isaac Orth batting 7th. Braden Vickers at 8. Will Fitzenreiter, and 9. Caden Sonnenberg.
And Carlos DeSantos will be on the mound for the Delta Panthers. DeSantos on the year. 2 games pitched. He's 0-1. ERA of 9. Started 1 game. He's only pitched 4 innings. So, like we said kind of in the pregame, look for the Tiger hitters to kind of be patient there. Mm-hmm. Isaiah has been a spark for our offense, so let's see what he does to start the inning. DeSantos, fastball down the middle for strike 1.
It looks like he's got a pretty good arm. Looks like he throws pretty hard here. We'll see if he can control it.
0-1 pitch. Another fastball, misses inside. He evens the count at 1-1. Badenhop, a left-handed hitter. Hits a lot of balls to the left side, Jigs.
Yeah, pretty impressive for Isaiah. At 357 mark for a freshman to be able to step in at the varsity level and do that speaks to his ability.
DeSantos with the pitch. Fastball. Isaiah fouls it off straight back.
Isaiah certainly a guy that, we've seen on the football field and big impact on the basketball court this winter as well. Bright future in front of him.
Yeah, just competes out there. 1-2 pitch for DeSantos. The wind's kind of picked up till left field. Badenhop calls timeout. Resets. The left fielder's kind of shading the line jigs. The right fielder's kind of shading right center. And the pitch swings through that fastball from DeSantos to get the first out.
Got Tyler Lay coming up here. Tyler leading the way here at 400 average. 3 doubles so far, leading the way with 8 RBIs. So there's a hot bat so far. The Tigers.
Pitch from DeSantos. Fastball. Misses high and inside. Ball 1. DeSantos with the windup in the pitch. Fastball. Down the middle. Strike 1. Tyler Lay swings through for strike 2.
Yeah, we don't have a gun up here, but I think that's probably low 80s. He's got a pretty good arm here, Santos.
1-2 pitch from DeSantos. Fastball misses high. 2-2 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Tigers looking to get something started. DeSantos with the pitch. Curveball misses low, gets by the catcher. Full count to Tyler Lay.
See if T. Lay here can find his way on, whether it's walk or a little base knock, to get things started here for the Tigers.
Tyler Lay with a .500 on-base percentage here. Takes a pitch, fastball for strike 3 looking. 2 outs. Hitting third for the Tigers is Caden Kreinbrink, the first baseman. Kreinbrink gets set. Santos with the pitch. Fastball, strike 1.
Caden hitting 263 so far. 300
curveball gets
percentage.
for strike 2. The Santos way ahead of Kreinbrink here. 0-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
Choke up, put in play.
Line drive to left center. That's going to get in the gap. Kreinbrink on his way to second. He'll get to second standing up with a 2-out double for Caden Kreinbrink.
Pretty good job there by Caden, kind of inside out of that thing and put it in the gap for the double. 2 outs and got a chance here to get this run in with Mason Smith on a base hit.
That's one thing. Kreinbrink with a lot of power. If he kind of just stays through the middle of the field, he can be successful. Hitting in the cleanup spot, we got Mason Smith playing left field. Ball 1 high to Mason. Mason's kind of the utility for the Tigers. He plays a little bit of first base, pitches a little bit, can play either corner or outfield. Second pitch for a strike to even the count at 1-1. 2 outs here for the Tigers in the bottom of the first. We have Caden Kreinbrink on second base with a decent lead. He gets his secondary. Mason Smith swings through a fastball down the middle.
Good cut there. Just couldn't quite catch up to that.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Smith. 2 outs here. Fastball misses just low. We need Smitty to kind of put something in play here. Smith pulls one down the left field line. just foul.
Well, we talked about it too, Greg, how many errors that Delta's had so far. Just continue to put this ball into play. Strikeouts, obviously, or what he's going to be, DeSantos is going to be looking for to try to keep the ball out of play. Obviously, they had struggled fielding the ball so far this season. So put the ball in play, good things happen.
Smith chokes up. Kreinbrink with the decent lead at second. Curveball fouled off to the right side. Nice piece of hitting there by Mason Smith to kind of spoil that one.
That was a tough pitch.
Smitty got a lot of innings last year on varsity. Kind of playing utility as well last year. A little third base, little first base, little corner outfield. Kind of prepared him here for his junior year. 2-2 pitch to Smith, 2 outs. And the fastball misses low.
Yeah, that's a big pitch here.
3-2 pitch to Smith, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Kreinbrink on second.
That's
fastball misses. Great at bat there from Mason Smith to draw the 2-out walk.
Yeah, down 0-2 against a power pitcher like this. That's a deep hole, and Mason was able to bat all the way back, foul a couple of them off, and get the walk. That's a big at bat there.
That brings up third baseman Tatum Murdoch, a freshman, playing a lot of innings for the Tigers. First pitch takes a fastball down the middle. And this has kind of been the story of the early season for the Tigers. It seems like we have a ton of base runners. We just got to cash them in. Murdoch takes a fastball low.
Tatum hitting .231 with .412 on-base percentage so far. Big knock here. Potential.
Santos with the pitch. Inside move to second base. Kreinbrink gets back pretty easily. We have that steady wind blowing out to left. We have the outfielders playing pretty deep.
Yeah, they are.
Smith with a decent lead at first. The pitch. Tatum takes the ball up and in. 2-1 count. Kind of see the Tiger hitters being pretty patient. Santos struggling a little bit out of the windup jigs, or out of the stretch there, jigs. Fouled off to the right side.
Yeah, that's always tricky, you know. When you go into that, you're grooving then you go from the stretch. That can certainly throw off a pitch a little bit, and it's a good sign here for the Tigers. See if Murdoch can work into a hit here.
2-2 pitch coming here to Tatum Murdoch. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Panthers lead 2-0. And the pitch just misses outside. It's a good eye there by the freshman Tatum Murdoch. 3-2 pitch, 2 outs. The runners will be moving on the pitch. Look for Tatum to be aggressive here. And
good
swings
cut
through a fastball. Strike 3 to get the Panthers out of the inning.
There's what you talked about. You had 2 on there. Couldn't get that timely hit. We'll see how Liberty's defense does here. See if Heath can get out of a 1-2-3 and get back on the bats.
For the Tigers in that inning, they leave 2 on, get a double by Caden Kreinbrink to left center gap. Mason Smith walks. And Delta gets out of the inning with the strikeout.
This is part of having a young team, though, too. You know, you get some of these guys on, and then you got a freshman coming up with limited experience in situations like that. And it's just, you know, part of being a young team and kind of working through some of these things early in the season.
Atkinson comes out for his second inning of work. We have 7, 8, 9 coming up for the Delta Panthers. Look for Heath to maybe try to get ahead with his fastball here in this inning. First up for the Panthers, we have Hayden Bolton, the center fielder. Bolton hitting 125 on the year.
Yeah, let's see if Heath can pound the strike zone here. These next 3 batters get out of here.
Atkinson with the first pitch of the inning. Curveball hits him. Not a good way to start that inning.
Just kind of got away from Heath there. He's kind of been working that right side on a lot of these pitches, and left-handed hitter just got right into his back there.
That's the third left-handed hitter for the Panthers in that lineup, bringing up first baseman Jaden Lohman. Bolton with a small lead at first. Swing and a miss by Lohman, strike one. Murdoch up on the grass at third base, maybe expecting a bunt here. Bolton with a decent lead at first. Pickoff. Bolton in plenty of time over there at first. Outfield playing really shallow. And a pit.
Ooh. It's a good move. He about got him leading that time.
Atkinson with the freeze move over there at first base. Barely misses Bolton over there at first. The 0-1 pitch. And a balk by Atkinson. I don't think he came set. That balk moves Bolton to second base with nobody out here in the top of the second. First baseman Jaden Lohman with an opportunity to drive in a run here. Murdoch moves back at third. Curveball to Lohman. Hits him on the knee.
Yeah, we'll see if Heath can kind of get back on track here, find the zone. Obviously, you don't want to get your base runners coming back to the top of the order here. You got number 9 hitter here, Jack Tedrick. Nice to get him out, or maybe a potential double play before you get back to the top of that order.
The back-to-back hit by pitches yields a mound visit by Coach Paul LaPlante here in his second year with the Liberty Center Tigers. I suspect his mound visit to consist of trying to get ahead of hitters, kind of like we discussed in the pregame, Jags. Get ahead of hitters, make them beat us. Let's not beat ourselves. We have Jack Tedrick here, the right fielder, up in the top of the second. Can maybe expect a bunt here. He squares. Third baseline, hits that lip, it goes foul.
Tedrick hitting 200 so far.
Atkinson gets ahead, 0-1 on Tedrick. Atkinson with the 0-1 pitch. Nobody out here in the top of the second. Atkinson with the pitch. Curveball in the dirt.
No bunt that time. You got third baseman playing back, so they're going to rely on the Heath and Lay here to potentially go to third.
And the wheel play, Murdoch fields it, throws to Fitzenrider, and gets the guy at third base. Excellent bunt defense there from the Tigers. Gets their first out, cutting the guy down at third base.
Well, if you saw what happened there, basically Murdoch was playing back, kind of baited them into that bunt there, and then right before the pitch, Murdoch comes sprinting in. Fitzenrider sprints to third, and they do a little two-man game that time. Third baseman to the to Fitzgerald, the shortstop. Nice play. Get the lead runner. Got a little conversation here with the Delta head coach and the ump. Not sure what he was talking about, but
maybe interference. I didn't see any collision or anything.
It's big out. That is a big out.
Big
here.
out. One out here in the top of the second. We led off with back-to-back hit by pitches. Cut that runner down at third base to bring up the leadoff hitter, Jacob Walter. Fastball in the dirt, 1-0.
T-Lay's doing a great job behind the plate, blocking those balls in the dirt there.
Walter reached on an error in the first. Also scored a run in that inning. Curveball to the right side, foul. 1-1 count, one out here in the top of the second. Heath trying to get out of jam here early in the second inning. Atkinson comes set. Curveball gets him on a slider off the plate. 1-2 count here to Walter.
That's a big movement that time on Heath. He can, when he's got the curve rolling, that was a nice pitch.
Fitzenreiter bouncing the runner at second base with the left-handed hitter. Nice piece of hitting there by Walter. He's going to... Nice play by left fielder Mason Smith to be alerted, cutting down that runner at third base. Smitty was playing pretty shallow.
Yeah,
Base runners kind of had to hold to see that ball down.
Yeah, I'm surprised, really, that the base runner hesitated as much as he did. I thought he probably could have been running there and see that through, but he hesitated quite a bit, and Smith was able to make the nice play. 2 down.
That brings up Brady Moore, the shortstop. Atkinson with ball one off the outside corner. Runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the second for the Panthers. Atkinson looking to get out of this jam. Curveball in the dirt, swing and a miss by Moore.
Yeah, that is a lot of action down. That is a tough pitch to hit there. Good one there by Heath. Found his groove here these last couple batters.
Fastball gets underlay. Atkinson covers home. Two-one count here to shortstop Brady Moore. Runners move up to second and third with 2 outs. Look for the Tigers to have a big infield here. They want to keep it in. Atkinson comes set. Curveball, swing and a miss.
See if Heath can get a K here and get out of this thing.
Two-two pitch to Moore. Swing and a ground ball to the second baseman. Badenhop is there. Over to first for the third out.
Great job. That was a big comeback there for Heath. Obviously getting the 2 runners on the hit by pitch and be able to get out of that thing. That's a big comeback by Heath Atkinson.
Kind of like we talked about early, Jags. Again, not putting runners on. Letting our infield, outfield make plays. Throwing the ball over the plate, good things happen. It's a good recipe.
Yep. It's amazing too. You get first and second, you get a pass ball, boom, they move up to scoring position. One little knock there is a 2-run difference, and got the strikeout. Keep this thing to a 2-run game. So see if the bats can get going here for Liberty.
In the bottom half of the second, we have Isaac Orth leading off, playing right field, followed by Braden Vickers, the DH. Following him will be Will Fitzgerald, their shortstop. Rounding it out will be Caden Sonnenberg, the center fielder. Kind of look at the softball score. the softball Tigers are leading 2-0 over the Delta Panthers on the other field. That game in the bottom of the fourth already.
Orth so far hit 167 with 231 on-base percentage.
Santos comes out for a second inning of work. Jigs, I feel like that was kind of a tale of a half inning. Started off real strong out of the windup. Kind of got a little something going with that crime brink double. Then a walk and battled to get out of that inning, unscathed. So Panthers take a 2-0 lead here to the bottom of the second.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he went to that stretch, and he did not look as comfortable from the stretch. So, it's important to just find a way on, put some pressure on, and a lot of times good things happen.
They're going to send hitters 3, 4, and 5. That's Carlos DeSantos, who's pitching defensively. The cleanup hitters, Lane Lopez, a sophomore catcher. And finally, number 5 hitter, Vincent Marr. Excuse me. Just read you the Panthers lineup here as opposed to the Tigers.
Orth hitting in the 6th hole here tonight. Outfielders playing normal depth. And the pitch from DeSantos. Ball 1 high. Look for Orth to kind of make Santos come to him in this at-bat. Fastball in for a strike to even the count at 1-1. Third baseman kind of playing in that cutout. Fastball swung through by Orth. 1-2 count.
It's a tough pitch there. Fastball down. It's getting on you quick.
Down on the count 1-2. Isaac Orth. Swings and misses for strike 3. First out here for the Tigers in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, DeSantos with his power arms kind of got us off balance. I believe that's his 4th K so far.
That brings up our DH, Braden Vickers. Vickers takes a fastball down the middle for strike 1. One out here in the bottom of the second for the Tigers, looking to get something going here. DeSantos, ball 1 outside. 1-1 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. DeSantos hits Vickers.
Getting right in the back. Don't rub it. That hurts. Oh, that hurts. He's doing a good job not showing it, but I'm going to tell you, that does not feel good. 80 in the middle of the back. Ooh. He's shaking her off.
Coach Ryan talking to Vickers down there.
DeSantos in his windup, too, he does a pretty good job of hiding the ball. He kind of drops that arm down, and it is hard to see, and then it's on you pretty quick. Good-looking pitcher.
One out here in the bottom of the second brings up our shortstop, Will Fitzenreiter. Vickers gets a decent lead. Fitzenreiter takes a ball down low, 1-0. Third baseman comes in for Delta. Fitzenreiter takes strike 1 on the outside corner to even the count, 1-1. One out here for the Tigers in the bottom of the second. Vickers on first base with a decent lead. Fitzenreiter swings and misses, strike 2. One and two count with 1 out here. Fastball takes it up and out to even the count at 2-2. One thing, Jigs, I think DeSantos, he works pretty fast.
He does. Gets in a groove. it's important when you got a guy in a groove like that, step out, slow him down, try to get him off rhythm when he's feeling it like this. It's tough.
2-2 pitch. Inside corner, strike 3 to Fitzenreiter for the second out of the inning.
That's the 5th K now for DeSantos so far.
That brings up center fielder Kanan Sonnenberg, a junior. The pitch from DeSantos, strike 1 down the middle with the fastball. 2 outs here for the Tigers in the bottom of the second. Delta Panthers leading 2-0. Braden Vickers on first base. Wild pitch goes to the backstop. Vickers moves to second base. He rounds it.
There we go. Got a runner in scoring position again. See if Sonnenberg come through with a clutch hit.
This is the type of pitcher I think Sonnenberg likes. Power on power here.
Mm-hmm. Caden hitting 273 so far.
Check swing. Ball 2.
Good eye. That was close.
2-1 count to Sonnenberg. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Vickers on second base. The pitch to Sonnenberg. Ball 3 outside. 3-1 count to Sonnenberg. In control of the count here. Look for a fastball down the middle. Something you can drive here, Jigs. Sonnenberg takes a pitch for a strike 2.
It's good at bat here. Now you got to go. And way on.
Vickers on second base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Ball high. Ball 4. 2 aboard for the Tigers here in the bottom of the second. Bringing up our leadoff hitter, Isaiah Badenhop.
It's good at bat there by Caden. Taking that to a full count, taking that a little bit high.
Timeout called by the Delta Panthers.
This is baseball, right? I mean, you got DeSantos pitching the way he is. You get a hit by pitch, pass ball, runner score position, you get your walk, boom. And now you got a chance. Now you got to capitalize on this chance. We had a, 2-on last inning, couldn't convert. See if we can't get a big hit here by Isaiah Badenhop and get a run in.
As I mentioned in the pregame, Jigs, I was at that game against Swanton, and it seemed like every time we had runners on base, there was 2 outs, and we just couldn't get that big hit. Swanton obviously picked, as a favorite in our league. I think they're 8-0, but we had our chances. We had our chances to kind of take the lead, to beat them, and we just didn't get that timely hit. So let's see if we can do it here tonight. Badenhop steps in, left-handed hitter. I wouldn't put a bunt past here, Isaiah here.
Yeah, he's fast.
Takes ball 1 low and outside. 1-0 count to Badenhop. 2 on, 2 out here for the Tigers. Vickers takes the lead at second. The pitch. Badenhop takes the pitch down the middle for strike 1. 1-1 count to Badenhop. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Sonnenberg at first. Vickers on second. The pitch. Fastball misses outside. 2-1 count.
Good take. He is not as comfortable out of stretch. Checking runners, you can tell.
Isaiah with a .550 on base percentage. Got that great eye at the plate.
Nope.
Exactly what you need from the leadoff hitter. Takes ball 3. 3-1 count to Badenhop.
Got a chance to load him up with T-Lay on deck here.
Fastball for a strike. 3-2 count, 2 outs. The runners will be moving here. Isaiah, if it's in the zone, needs to put a good swing on it, drive something up the middle, maybe score a run here. The runners go. All right, fastball fouled back into the softball field.
Well, that was a tough pitch in on the hands. Isaiah able to foul that out. That was a good job.
That's kind of what you want to do in the zone, Jigs. Be aggressive in the zone. Obviously, anything close you got to protect, especially with 2 strikes, runners in scoring position. 3-2 pitch to Badenhop here in the bottom of the second. Swings through it. Strike 3.
Good cut.
Tigers threaten in the bottom of the second, but come up empty. In that inning, what do we have, Jigs?
We had Isaac Orth started with a K. Braden Vickers hit by pitch. Fitzrider K. Caden Sonberg walk, and then Isaiah Badenhop with a K. There was basically, so we've got, 6 strikeouts for DeSantos. So when he's right, he is tough to hit. They have pressured him, though. They have made him throw some pitches in these first 2 innings. It's important. If you can get to him, maybe in this third or fourth inning, get him out of the game, you can't – it's hard to believe they'd have another pitcher to be able to bring with that type of stuff as a backup. So,
especially seems like we're getting runners on base later in the inning. Look for, top of the lineup to kind of get something going, hopefully early in the inning, and maybe move those guys around with less than 2 outs.
Now, explain, isn't there a pitch count? Isn't there a pitch count?
There is in high school baseball.
What is that?
Quite sure.
What is it? 125? Okay, that's quite a bit. I thought it was
requires
less than that.
Yeah, and then it requires so many days rest based on how many pitches you throw.
Okay.
Atkinson comes out for the top of the third. He will face 3, 4, 5 for the Panthers lineup. We have DeSantos, Lopez, and Maurer. DeSantos with the K, his first at bat. DeSantos, the Panthers' best hitter, statistically. Atkinson with the pitch. Curveball. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Nice pitch there by Atkinson for the first strike of the inning. Atkinson, second pitch. Curveball. DeSantos waits on it. Hits it foul off to the right side. Atkinson way up in the count here. Expected to maybe weigh something. Tile might have to do some blocking here. Curveball outside, just misses.
That was a good pitch.
Atkinson wanted that one.
That was a good pitch.
1-2 count to DeSantos. Atkinson winds. Curveball up the middle for a single. For the third straight inning, Delta's had their leadoff guy on. In the first, score those 2 runs. Tigers got out of the second inning jam. But the Panthers have their leadoff guy on to start the third here, bringing up cleanup hitter Lane Lopez, their catcher.
Lopez hitting 375, so one of the better hitters in their lineup.
Sonnenberg deep in center.
Oh, that's a good move.
Ooh, good move. Misses DeSantos at first base by a hair.
I thought they had him. That's a tough move. Heath kind of pauses that thing. I'm talking to him now. He did call him on a balk earlier. But he paused that thing. That's tough to figure out.
The 0-0 pitch, slide step, curveball, misses outside. 1-0 count. DeSantos with a good lead over there at first. Atkinson holds. DeSantos gets back pretty easy over there.
Lopez double with his first at bat there.
Hit that left center gap. Sonnenberg playing him pretty deep. Slide step. Ball hit to right field. Orth goes back and can't bring it in. DeSantos goes first to third, and Delta has something going here in the top of the third inning.
Yeah, it's tough. You pitcher, you get your fly ball. Probably could have been an out there, and It was a tough play. Obviously high with this wind there for Orth. It's tough for a pitcher to kind of deal with some of that, though.
Yeah, and
obviously,
it's important for Orth to get to a spot back there. Kind of drifted a little bit, and the ball kept on going. Bunt here. Pulls it back. Vincent Maurer with a sac fly in the top of the first to drive in a run. Lopez at first, Asano at third. Atkinson sets. He squares. Runner takes off for second. No throw. Delta has something going here in the top of the third. Runners at second and third with no outs. 2-0 lead for the Delta Panthers. Fastball.
got him.
It's going to get over Mason Smith's head. This will score 2. Morrow on his way to second base with a double, 2 RBIs.
Good piece of hitting there by Maurer to go opposite field over Mason Smith's head there. Didn't really have a chance, playing in a little bit.
That's a great piece of hitting by the left-handed hitter, kind of taking that fastball the other way. I think caught Mason Smith off guard a little bit. Emmett Freeze to the plate for the Panthers. Freeze takes a curveball for ball 1. Maurer with a decent lead at second. The pitch to Freeze. Slider for a strike. 1-1 count to Freeze. We have no outs here in the top of the third. Atkinson with the 1-1 pitch. Foul. Strike 2. Atkinson needs an out here. Freeze looking to move the runner to third base. Maybe hit something to the backside here.
Freeze hitting 182 so far this season.
Fitzenreiter bouncing the runner at second base. Badenhop moves in. Try the pickoff to second base. Maurer gets back easy. Nobody out here in the top of the third inning. With Delta with a 4-0 lead here early against the Tigers. 1-2 pitch up the middle. Tough play. Badenhop throws to first. Not in time. Single for Emmerich Freeze. Moves that runner to third base as well. Runners at first and third for the Panthers here in the top of the third. With nobody out. Bring up Hayden Bolton to the plate. Yeah, Bolton with hit by pitch in his first at bat.
Yeah, they're going to call that, I think, a hit there. Not much Isaiah could do. Just kind of dribbler to him, made a good effort, couldn't quite get him.
Delta sends a runner to second base. Runners at second and third here for the Panthers. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Infield's coming in here with nobody out. 4-0 lead for the Panthers. Curveball, swing, and a miss. 1-1 count to Bolton. One count here to Bolton. Curveball misses just outside. 2-1 count here to center fielder Bolton.
At the infield end here, Fitzenreiter. Looks like they're going to check that runner, certainly, and try to hold any type of run.
Ooh, nice block by Tile. Check swing called strike 2.
He tipped that?
I think he called it on the swing.
Did he? Okay.
That evens the count at 2-2 here in the top of the third. Nobody out here for the Tigers. 2-2 pitch just misses. Nice pitch there by Heath Atkinson, just missed. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Runners on second and third for the Delta Panthers. Another checks the runner at third, makes the play at first for the first out. Nice play there by Atkinson to get the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I was able to still peek and make that throw. Kind of a tight angle there. He was able to fit it in.
Again, kind of a tale of the first inning to limit the damage here in the top of the third. Infield stays in with runners on second and third. Lohman swings through a curveball in the dirt. Strike 1. Lohman with another hit by pitch in his first at bat. Atkinson comes set. The pitch, curveball taken for ball 1. 1-1 count here to Jaden Lohman, the first baseman for the Delta Panthers. Atkinson comes set. The pitch, fastballs for a strike on the outside corner. Strike 2. Atkinson gets ahead of Lohman here. 1-2. Badenhop in quite a bit there at second base. The pitch, strike 3. Nice pitch there by Atkinson to get the second out of the inning. The infield will back up here with 2 outs. Bringing up the 9-hitter, Jack Tedrick. Tedrick with the fielder's choice in the second inning. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Fastball through the shortstop. They're going to bring it. Oh, Kreinbrink cuts it off. Limits it to 1 run on that single up the middle by Tedrick.
It's a pretty good throw there by Sonberg and Kreinbrink to cut that off. I thought that second run was going to get in there for sure, but they were able to cut that down. Not make an error.
Tedrick did a nice job of kind of reading that throw. He saw the throw going through, even though it was cut. It was kind of offline a little bit. Tedrick took second base to put runners at second and third with 2 outs here in the top of the third. Delta Panthers up 5-0 here. That brings up leadoff hitter Jacob Walters, 0 for 2. Curveball misses for ball 1. Ball 2.
Big out here to try to keep this thing to 5 and within range.
I think the difference here early, Jigs, is Delta putting the ball in play, making things happen.
Yep. Getting some timely hitting. Yep. You know, on some of their base runners. We've not done that yet.
Atkinson with ball 3. 3-0 count. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Runners on second and third for the Panthers. And a fastball gets blocked by Tile.
It's a good block. That probably could have scored a run there if that gets by Tyler there.
That brings up shortstop Brady Moore for the Panthers. Moore 1 for 2 with a single in the first. Moore a senior for the Panthers. Bases loaded, 2 outs here. Curveball, ground ball to the right side. Badenhop is there, makes a play at first for the 3rd out of the inning. Limits the damage here for the Panthers. Panthers get 4 in that inning.
Yeah, I think, like we said, keeping this thing to 5, if they can get just a couple runs here, chip away at DeSantos, potentially get him out of the game, anything can happen. I think that's the important thing right now, though, is try to get to him in this inning, DeSantos, try to get him out of this game. He's been grooving a little bit so far.
Three runs in that inning for the Panthers on 4 hits for the Panthers.
We'll see T-Lay coming up here, obviously. He had a K his first time up, but nice to get him a hit, lead this thing off, and put some pressure on.
Yeah, look for the Tiger hitters to be a little bit more aggressive here the second time around. I think going into it, they had the kind of the mantra to see Santos throw strikes, and I think he shows, especially out of the windup, that he can do that early and often. So look for the Tiger hitters to be a little bit more aggressive here in the bottom of the 3rd. Two, 3, 4 are due up for the Tigers.
T-Lay hitting 400, on base percentage of 500, so he is certainly hot here early on. 3 doubles so far for Tyler. Nice to get one of those right here.
T-Lay steps in. The pitch from DeSantos. Ball 1, up and in.
Hitters 2, 3, and 4 will making their appearance for the Tigers. Tiger Lay, senior catcher up first.
Jigs, we talked about that. T-Lay asking for time so he can get set there. Ooh, hit by pitch.
Wow.
Tyler gets hit in the back of the helmet.
Wow. That's scary. But he was able to duck out of that thing, get in the back of the helmet. Anytime you get up and in, man, that is not a fun place. Santos shown a few of them so far where he's kind of got out of his hand. He's got 2 hit by pitches so far. Another one kind of airmailed the catcher. So glad to see Tyler okay. Got a pinch runner here.
Dakota Szabo running for Tyler Lay at first base. Jigs, we talk about this all game. Tigers have their first leadoff guy on.
Yep. On Szabo, a little bit more speed here. Maybe put a little more pressure on, potentially get a steal and get a man in scoring position.
Kreinbrink up to bat, takes a curveball inside for ball 1. Kreinbrink with a double to left center in his first at bat. Ball 2 inside from DeSantos. Again, Jigs, we see DeSantos out of the stretch. 2-0 fastball falls off to the left side. DeSantos works quick out of the windup, but I think he works extra quick out of the stretch
He
here.
does.
The 2-1 pitch. Curveball high. Misses. 3-1 count here to Kreinbrink. The name of the game is runners here for the Tigers, down 5-0 in the 3rd inning. And ball 4.
There we go.
2 on. Nobody out here for the Tigers in the bottom of the 3rd. Bringing up cleanup hitter Mason Smith.
Real patient here. 4-pitch walk, 5-pitch walk. See if Smitty can't take a few more pitches here.
Szabo with a decent lead at second. Smith takes a fastball down the middle for strike one.
There you go.
2 on for the Tigers here in the bottom of the third. Left fielder Mason Smith up to bat. Ball one, taken outside. Smitty squares around. I don't know if that was an actual bunt attempt or
it's a little distraction maybe.
Pulls it back for strike two.
Decent one to bunt if he was going to do it.
1 ball, 2 strikes here for DeSantos. Mason Smith up to bat. Runners on first and second. Nobody out here. Curveball. Looped into right. First baseman makes the play for the first out of the game, or first out of the inning. Jade Lohman makes that play in foul territory for the first out for the Panthers. That brings up Tatum Murdoch, the Tiger third baseman, here in the bottom of the third.
Big hit here.
Murdoch takes fastball for strike one. 2 on, 1 out here for the Tigers in the bottom of the third. Murdoch up at the plate. Szabo takes a good lead at second. Pitcher steps off. Fastball up and in for ball one. Fastball in for a strike. Strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Murdoch. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. 1-2 the count here to Murdoch. Pitch from DeSantos. Fastball. Strike 3.
Yeah, that was smoke there on the outside corner. As a hitter, you know, you got 2 strikes, just got to protect. Anything close, got to go.
That's, I think, his 7th strikeout, Jigs.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got, correct, 7 Ks so far.
The Tigers start this inning with 2 on, nobody out. It cannot move the runner here so far in the bottom of the third, bringing up right fielder Isaac Orth. Orth was a strikeout his first at-bat. Let's see what Orth can do. 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the third. Pitch from DeSantos. Fastball for strike 1.
Santos settling back in out of that stretch.
Pitch from DeSantos. Curveball in the dirt. Runners move up. Szabo gets the third. Kreinbrink moves up to second.
Yeah, it was a big pass ball. You got 2 in scoring position here. Little base knock. Turn this game right around.
Orth needs to be aggressive in the zone here. Ball. Ball 2 in the dirt from DeSantos. 2-1 count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Tigers threatening. Fastball just misses up. 3-1 count.
Anyway on here.
Braden Vickers on deck for the Tigers. Hit by pitch in his first at-bat. Fastball. 3-2 to Orth. 2 outs here. Orth needs to be aggressive. Fouled straight back by Orth.
Good cut.
3-2, 2 outs here for the Tigers in the bottom of the third. Ball 4 to Orth to load the bases.
Pretty good at-bat there by Isaac. You got Vickers, big spot here. Come on, Braden. still make him throw you one or two here. I think, he's been a little off.
DeSantos goes from the windup with 2 outs here, and bases loaded.
There you go.
Vickers down early, 0-2 in this count. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the third here for the Tigers. And the pitch from DeSantos, ball. Good chance to score 2 runs here for the Tigers. Fastball taken, strike 3. And DeSantos gets out of that jam. First 2 runners on, and what do we have there? F3KK.
Yeah, I think we had first inning we left the guy at second. Second inning, guy at second. That inning, obviously, guy at second and third. We got 4 runners in scoring position. It's that timely hit we keep talking about that Tigers have not quite found a way to gather yet. So that's the difference, right? In a lot of these league games, especially when things tighten up and you're going against aces, when you get a chance to score, you've got to score. Heath come back out here for 4th inning. See if he can get a quick one, get back on sticks.
An update from the softball diamond. It's 3-3 in the bottom of the 7th already.
Ooh.
The Tigers are threatening with runners on first and second with 2 outs in the 7th with Eddie Zintek at the plate. Jigs, we don't have the pitch count up here, but I would think that that Heath is getting up there in pitches here in the 4th.
I would agree. If they can get him through this 4th, it'd probably be time to make a switch. He's had some pressure pitches in this game so far as well. It'd be nice to get a quick one, and then maybe they would trot him back out for that 5th inning.
I think the Tigers will go to Mason Talent if Heath needs some relief. Mason's done a nice job in this early season. Throwing strikes, getting hitters out. I think I saw him go down to the bullpen a couple innings ago, so I would think Heath would be kind of on a short leash here. DeSantos leads off here for the Panthers in the top of the 4th. DeSantos with a K and a single. DeSantos with a fly ball to center field, caught by Caden Sonnenberg. 1 down. And that's the start we need from Heath here in the top of the 4th. Lane Lopez, the catcher, up for the Tigers. He's hit a double to left, reached on an air, and hits a ball down the left field line. He's trucking for 2. Smitty cuts it off. Not going to be in time. The second double for Lane Lopez with 1 out here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, Lopez swinging the bat pretty nice, even on that fly out to right last inning there. He's swinging the bat pretty good. 2 doubles and a deep fly so far today.
Time called. Coach LaPlante heading to the mound. He'll go to the bullpen. Heath going 3 innings. Pitching change coming. On comes Mason Talent, the sophomore.
Get a quick look at Mason. Some of his stuff here, always warming up.
Kind of throws a little bit harder than Heath does, obviously, from the right side. Not going to overpower you, but he's going to come at you, throw strikes, mix things up.
Well, and that's it too. You want to come in as a relief. You want to throw strikes, put the ball in play, rely on your defense, try to limit any more damage here. I mean, this is 5-0, but this game was still very much in reach, in my opinion. If we could just get a few timely hits that we have not gotten so far, but this game could turn around pretty quick.
Couple hits with those runners in scoring position, I think we have a different ball game, Jigs.
Yep. Delta's lineup hasn't shown a ton of, power necessarily. They've got a few timely hits, but
I think the combination of walks, hit by pitches with a timely hit is recipe for Delta's success here. Talon will come in and face the DH, Vincent Morrow. Vincent with a sac fly to center in his first at-bat, a double in his second at-bat. 1 for 1 on the day. He's had some good at-bats. Nice left-handed swing. He's got some good size to him.
Yeah, he had the big double last inning.
Got 1 out. Runner on second here for the Delta Panthers. Fitzrider bounces him. Talent with the pitch. Ball 1 outside. One ball, no strikes. Talent with the pitch. Fastball hit in the left center gap. Sonnenberg cuts it off. Bounces past him. Runner scores from second. Maurer in a second for the double with another RBI on the night for Maurer. That's his third RBI of the night for Maurer. Left-handed hitter, I think all of his hits have been to center or left center. Nice piece of hitting by Maurer there. Guy in second, 1 out for Emmerich Freeze. Talent's pitch, low and away for ball 1. Six-0 lead here for the Delta Panthers here in the top of the 4th. Runner on second. Talent misses low and away for ball 2, 2-0. Freese 1 for 2 with a single in the 3rd inning. Talent, ball 3. 3-0 to Freese.
Yeah, one thing you don't want is walks. You don't want base runners going to come at him here.
I'd lead to believe that Freese is going to take at least a strike here. The pitch from Talent. Ball 4. Delta with 2 aboard with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Delta up 6-0 here. That brings up Hayden Bolton. He's 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a ground out to the pitcher. 1 out here in the 4th. Talent sets. Talent just misses low with a fastball, ball 1. Defense playing normal depth. Talent with the pitch. Fastball for a strike on the outside corner to even the count at 1-1.
Little double play ball here.
Fitzenreiter bounces the runner at second base. Freeze calls timeout. Got a ball on the field. Not sure where it came from. Looks like Delta has some action in the bullpen. Looking for a double play ball here. Runner Swing and a miss by Freese.
Yeah, you wonder, if Delta take the mindset of DeSantos, maybe try to get him out and save some pitches for him heading into league play here.
Fitzrider bounces runner at second, who has a decent lead. Pitch from Talent. Gets by too late for the runners to move up. Runners move up to second and third with one out here for the Delta Panthers in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, it's tough. Man, you don't got your double play ball. Walk-off home run.
Walk-off home run here. Yeah.
Wow. Looks like softball game just had a walk-off home run for the good girls, I guess, for the Tigers.
2 outs here for the Panthers. Wild pitch, run scores from third.
Yeah, I'm just kind of kicked away. Tyler couldn't quite find it.
1-0.
Not his fault.
Jaden Lohman up at the plate for the Panthers. Runner at third, 2 outs. Pitch from Talent. Ground ball up the middle. Get through for an RBI single for Lohman.
Yeah, he just stayed on that right up the middle. Good piece of hitting there by Lohman. Yeah, to go back now that it's 8-0, would not be surprised to see DeSantos kind of come out of this game, save him for some innings.
That brings up Tedrick for the Panthers. 0 for 1 with a single through the left side his last at bat. Talent misses with a curveball outside for ball 1. Ball 2 from Talent. Two 2-0 pitch to Tedrick. Lohman with a decent lead at first. Strike 1 from Talent on a fastball on the outside corner.
But you have to give these Panthers hitters credit, too, because they are swinging the bat well. They hit a lot of shots.
Talent comes set. Fly ball to center field. Sonnenberg tracking and makes the catch for the third out of the inning.
Pretty nice catch there by Caden with the wind, kind of running back, so able to camp under that, get out of there.
Panthers get another 3 runs in the top of the fourth to take the 8-0 lead here against the Tigers. We just got word Mackenzie Fuller hits a walk-off home run for the Lady Tigers.
Pretty special there.
Solo shot to win 4-3.
Looks like DeSantos is going to come out and continue on in this game here into the bottom of the fourth.
Santos will face Fitzenreiter, Sonnenberg, and then we'll turn it over to the top with Isaiah Badenhop.
See if we can't figure him out here and put some pressure on early. Will struck out his first time up.
For the Tigers to kind of claw back in this game, they're going to need some base runners early and often here.
Final score in girls softball, and it's a Liberty Center Tiger win, 4-3. Mackenzie Fuller delivering the walk-off bottom of the 7th home run to send Liberty Center in the win column. Here on the baseball diamond, Liberty Center down big, 8-0. Carlos DeSantos pitching a shutout, now on the mound for his 4th inning. Marcia, how about the Tigers coming to bat in the fourth?
Well, the Tigers are going to try to get on the board with their bottom two hitters. Will Fitzenreiter, shortstop, hitting in the eighth slot. Is Hayden Sonnenberg, the center fielder, hitting number 2. Then they get back to the top. Isaiah Badenhoff, the leadoff hitter, will be up third.
All right.
Will steps to the plate, look to get something going for the Tigers.
Pretty impressive. And, he's been a little bit wild. We've mentioned that a couple of times. But I'll tell you what, Davis,
DeSantos look to get ahead here, especially with an 8-run lead. The last thing he wants to do is put runners on base.
How many Liberty Centers left on base here?
DeSantos fastball misses high and in for ball 1.
they've left 7 on base so far.
Just 3 innings. Wow. Fitzenreiter trying to get it started.
Ball 2 misses on the outside corner. 2-0 to Fitzenreiter.
Now, the other piece to that, though, is that
Look to Fitzenreiter to probably take here. Fastball down the middle for strike 1.
almost exclusively the Tigers have gotten on base.
2-1 count here to Will in the bottom of the 4th. Nobody on, nobody out. Time called by Will. Again, we talked about this earlier, Jigs. Santos working extremely fast on the mound. Umpire granting him time. 2-1 count. Ball 3 from DeSantos. 3-1 count here to Will. Fitzenreiter calls time. He's ready. Strike 2 from DeSantos. 3-2 count here to Fitzenreiter.
My theory is if you're behind in the count, the strike zone gets a little bigger.
And Fitzenreiter takes strike 3 on the outside corner for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, that's
Jigs, how many is that for?
Let's see here.
I'm up here in a moment, but basically the infielders have, and the
8 strikeouts for DeSantos.
That brings up Caden Sonnenberg to the plate. Sonnenberg takes strike 1 down the middle.
Santos racking up a lot of Ks in this ball game as we are working into the 4th inning.
0-1 count.
It's 6 in the first 2 innings.
Sonnenberg swings through 0-2.
It's a good cut.
he's got 9 right now.
A little over 3 innings of work. Curveball.
DeSantos curveball catches Sonnenberg for strike 3. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th for the Delta Panthers. And that is 10 for DeSantos.
We said earlier if he ever got that curveball over, it was going to be a tough afternoon for the Tigers.
Yeah, and that was recipe, right? I mean, Delta comes in, bunch of errors, and we've just not been able to put the ball in play enough tonight.
That brings up Isaiah Badenhop to the plate. Badenhop takes a ball 1 low.
Trying to get it going for Liberty Center with 2 out here in the bottom of the 4th. 8-0 Delta.
Isaiah 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts on the day. Looking to get something going here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th.
Really can't get settled in at the plate.
There's a fastball for
Isaiah takes a strike. 2-1 count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Look for Isaiah to be aggressive in the zone here. Fastball, Isaiah swings and misses.
Good cut.
To even the count at 2-2.
I like Isaiah's approaches. He's had some good swings.
And the smoothness belies the speed that's coming at you. The ball really explodes off his hand.
2-2 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th to Isaiah Badenhop. Santos comes set. The windup. Fastball misses up. 3-2, 2 outs here.
continues to play deep for Delta. Still a breeze blowing out to left center.
The pitch from DeSantos. Curveball.
2 and a little high.
Ball 4 to Isaiah.
A little in.
I'm not sure where that one missed.
Yeah, he wanted it. They were halfway into the dugout that time. Delta wanted the K. Didn't get it.
You knew something was looked funky there when Santos stepped off and started laughing. Lay ground ball to first and flips it to first for the third out. No runs in the inning for Liberty Center. Liberty Center strands another one. The Delta Panthers lead the Liberty Center Tigers 8-0 going into the top of the fifth.
Just one hit so far for Liberty. Kreinbrink double. As we talked, 10 Ks. What do we got? 4 walks so far. So, most of the runners were based on walks.
I think
that we've had.
We've left 8 on base.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's tough. I mean, obviously be nice to get a timely hit, but the Santos just kept us off balance and had so many strikeouts tonight. Not a lot of contact.
And that was kind of the recipe Monday night against Swanton. We were putting some good swings on the ball, drawing some walks, hit by pitches. We out-hit Swanton 7-4.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for Swanton, at least on Monday night, they had the leadoff guy on their first 3 innings. Those guys all scored.
Yep.
We couldn't get that timely hit. After 4 innings, we have the Delta Panthers 8, the Tigers 0. Mason Talent on for a second inning of work. Let's look for Talent to get ahead here.
Pound the strike zone. Pound the strike zone. Pound the strike zone.
Coming to the bat in the 5th for the Panthers is leadoff hitter Jacob Walter. He is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk in his last at bat. The left-handed hitter steps in. First pitch, swinging, fly ball to center field. Sonnenberg's there to make the catch for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out for the Tigers. That brings up shortstop Brady Moore. Moore 1 for 3 on the day with a pair of ground outs to second base. Curveball from Talent in there for strike 1.
Nice pitch. Started at you, broke in to the zone. Nice starter there off balance.
Talent gets ahead. 0-1 count. Misses low and away for ball 1. 1-1 count, 1 out here in the top of the 5th for the Panthers. Curveball, fouled up, straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Walter.
Talent's got that curveball kind of grooving right now. Starting at the hitter, right-handed hitter, kind of coming back into the zone. That's 2 now. He's throwing for strikes. See if he comes back to it.
Talent with the 1-2 pitch. Curveball misses down and away to even the count at 2-2. 2-2 count here to Walter. Strike 3. Walter takes a fastball at the bottom of the zone for out number 2.
Nice pitch there by Talent, and that whole sequence was great pitching.
That's what we've talked about all night here. Jags is getting ahead. Jammed him with the fastball. Fitzrider gets under Fitzrider's glove. Badenhop with the play, not in time.
That's a great play there by Isaiah to give that a chance. You see him in basketball, and I say his hand-eye is so good. Like his hands are so active and so good on the basketball court, and you see the same thing at second base. He really feels things well, and that was a good play to at least give that a chance there to throw it on the run. Ooh, look at this.
The athleticism kind of shows in every sport that he plays, whether it's on the football field, basketball court, or even here out on the baseball field. Delta with an early lead at first. That's a base hit for Lane Lopez.
Yeah,
Lopez 3 for 4 on the day.
Yeah, he's having a good night. 3 for 4 with power. He's got the 2 doubles and hard hit ball there for a single.
Two on with 2 out here for the Panthers at the top of the 5th. Talent looking to get the 3rd out in this inning. Fitzrider bounces DeSantos at second. Curveball taken outside for ball 1. That brings up Vincent Morrow, the DH. He has 4 RBIs for the Panthers this afternoon. Ground ball to second base. Badenhop is there. He pitches to first for the 3rd out.
It's a good inning there by Talent.
Delta leaves 2 on, but doesn't score in the top of the 5th, leading the Tigers into the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, really in the heart of the order there. Talent was able to kind of get through there pretty much unscathed, even though he gave up the 1 hit and probably the other error there. But nice quick inning here. See what they do with pitching. I don't know if he's coming back out. DeSantos. And it's amazing, too. You look at high school baseball, and if you have a power arm, a dominant pitcher, they can carry you in a lot of the games like this. And certainly DeSantos has done that tonight for Delta.
He's made big pitches when he's had to. Mm-hmm. Especially with runners on. I think we've left 8 on.
Yep.
Looking at game changer, DeSantos is at 94 pitches.
Wow.
This may be his last inning.
Mm-hmm.
For the Tigers, they have 3, 4, 5. Kreinbrink, Smith, and Murdoch. Kreinbrink with our only hit of the game, a double to left center. See if you can get something going for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, seen him 3rd time around. That helps. You've gauged him up twice now. That's the other thing. It's tough, when you're not hitting the ball, you're getting all these strikeouts. This is just now the 3rd time you're seeing him in the 5th inning, right? It'd be nice to be able to see him the 4th or 5th time at this point, but have not been able to do that because of these quick innings.
We'll see if the Tigers can cut into the Panthers' lead here. Kreinbrink steps in, the left-handed hitter. 1 for 1 on the day. Curveball from Santos misses high, ball 1. 1-0 count. Curveball for strike 2, evens the count at 1-1 to Kreinbrink. pitch from DeSantos. Fastball. Kreinbrink swings through.
Good cut.
Good cut. 1-2 pitch to Kreinbrink. Curveball. Ground ball to second base for out number 1. That brings up Mason Smith. Mason 0 for 1 with a walk and a fly out to the first baseman in his second at bat. Outfield shifts to right. Mason swings at a fastball. Strike 1.
Popped out his last time up. First baseman.
Second pitch to Smitty. Misses high. Ball 1. 1-1 count to Mason Smith. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. The Delta Panthers lead 8-0. Curveball. Fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mason. I will say one thing. Smitty looks a lot more comfortable in the box this year.
Mm-hmm.
Fastball misses low to even the count at 2-2. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Tigers need to get something going here in the bottom. 2-2 pitch to Mason Smith. Quick pitch. Fastball inside from DeSantos. Full count.
Yeah, it looked a little goofy there, didn't it?
Yeah, he didn't bring his leg up.
No.
Fastball
Good
and
caught.
single to left field. Nice piece of hitting there by Mason Smith for the second hit for the Tigers. The Tigers have a runner on first base with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. That brings up Tatum Murdoch. Tatum 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts on the night. Time called by the pitcher.
Might be switching here. Taking DeSantos out, which is okay with us. Nice to see a different pitcher. He has been pretty dominant tonight. 104 pitches for DeSantos. Cole Ballman. Got to see update there. You're allowed 125.
125, I think. Yep.
So they're going to leave him in.
I think Delta is trying to get through this inning.
Mm-hmm.
Get through at least the bottom of the order here. 1 on, 1 out. Pitch to Murdoch. Ball low. One ball to Tatum Murdoch. Mason Smith taking his lead at first. Swing and a miss from Tatum. Even the count at 1-1.
Yeah, something else to think about is you got some of these freshmen up in a box going against mid to low 80s. That's a difference from last year in Pony League.
For sure.
It's quite the jump.
1-1 pitch to Murdoch. Fastball misses outside. Mason Smith with an early break there. Might have threw off DeSantos here a little bit. 2-1 pitch. Smith takes off to second. Walks into second for a stolen base. With an 8-0 lead, Santos kind of concentrating on the hitter. 2-2 count to Murdoch with a runner on second. Murdoch takes a ball 3. That takes the count to 3-2 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Mason Smith on second base. Foul
Good
ball
cut.
straight back by Murdoch.
Good cut.
Spoils that pitch. Delta with an 8-0 lead here in the 5th inning. 3-2 pitch to Murdoch. Murdoch lines out to second base for the second out. Not a bad approach by Tatum there, trying to take that ball to right field. Just didn't have enough on it. That brings up Isaac Orth. Isaac Orth 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk on the night. He'll hit with Mason Smith on second base. Isaac takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Mason Smith on second base with a decent lead. Orth takes ball 1 outside. 1-1 count to Isaac Orth. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Isaac swings at a fastball on the outside corner for strike 2. 1-2 count to Orth. Curveball in there for strike 3. I think his 11th strikeout of the night there, Jigs, and I would think he's done for the night.
Yeah, that's probably up into the team, 114, 115, something like that. So we'll see 2 innings without him, and hopefully we can do some damage from there.
Muster something together.
I think that's DeSantos. He's a pitcher that he's going to have a lot of success this year in the league. I think that's a pretty good-looking ace. I mean, obviously power arm, low to mid-80s, got a good curveball. Really was in the strike zone. I think he had 4 walks here tonight, but really pounded the strike zone, and they're going to win quite a few games with him starting, I think, this year.
And I think we're going to see a lot of that this year from the league with a pretty strong ace and, Matt Keeber at Patrick Henry.
Right.
You have Zach Short at Archbold, Carter Dominic at Bryan. A lot of really good quality pitchers in the league this year.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
In the top of the 6th, the Tigers go to the bullpen again. They bring in Braxton Light, a junior. Braxton's pitched a couple innings this year. He's been pretty successful. I think I read a stat earlier. Out of the 10 batters he's faced, he's thrown first pitch strikes to 7 of them.
Okay,
so
good.
Hopefully we got a good recipe to start the 6th here and transition into the 7th. Braxton played a little bit of varsity ball last year. Got a few at-bats, got a few innings on the mound, so he's been in this situation before. Pitched a lot on the JV level last year. Looking around the diamond, I don't think we've made any other changes. Coming up for the Delta Panthers in the top of the 6th, we have left fielder Emmerich Fries, followed by center fielder Hayden Bolton. And rounding it out, we have first baseman Jaden Lohman. Fries 1 for 3 with a single and a stolen base on the night. Braxton starting from the stretch. Pitch comes in. Ball 1 outside from Braxton. One 0 count here to Fries in the top half of the 6th. Second pitch on its way. Curveball for a strike.
Looking
Nice
pitch.
looking pitch there. 1-1 count for Light.
For some advantage here now, the Panther hitters have to get to a third pitcher, third style.
1-1 pitch to Freeze. Fastball in there for a strike. 1-2 the count. Braxton gets the sign and sets. 1-2 pitch on its way. Curveball swung through. Nice block by Tile. Drop third strike. First out at first. Nice pitch there by Braxton Light to get the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I think they
4 pitches,
overall, but they largely had
hard in the zone. That was a nice start there for Braxton.
balls he had to have, but unfortunately a lot of balls didn't have hard in the gaps. That was a nice pitch, by the way, by Braxton.
We have a pinch hitter for the Panthers. We have Gary Valentine. He takes ball 1 for a 1-0 count. A 1-0 count and the pitch on the way. Swings, foul ball to even the count at 1-1. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Tigers trailing 8-0. Curveball from Light over the inside part of the plate for strike 2.
Yeah, that's got some pretty good movement on it. Starts hard on that right-hand batter.
Locating it well. The other thing is he's changing the speeds of the curveball just enough.
I could see Braxton going to that pitch again. 1-2 pitch to Valentine. See it again. Ball in the dirt. 2-2 count to Valentine. 2-2 pitch to Valentine. Fastball back to Braxton. Pitch to first for out number 2 of the inning.
Nice soft contact there. Really focusing in the zone. I think he's thrown, 7, maybe 8 pitches so far this inning, so very effective for Braxton.
He's pressuring the Panthers to put the ball in play. I think that's kind of a change from our 2 previous pitchers. Fastball down the left field line. Stays fair. Jaden Lohman in to second easy for a double.
It's his second hit of the night.
Lohman 2 for 3 on the 2 for 2 on the night with a hit. No, 2 for 3 on the night with a strikeout and a hit by pitch. That brings up 9-hitter Jack Tedrick, the right fielder.
Tedrick had a double last time up.
Curveball swung and missed. Ball goes back to the backstop. Lohman moves up to third base with 2 outs. 0-1 count, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th for the Panthers. Braxton with the 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung through. 0-2 count.
I was thinking the same thing. He's used the curveball so effectively. I was wondering.
Braxton way up 0-2 here with 2 outs. Runner on third base in the 6th. Fastball hit foul down the left field line. We'll reset for the 0-2 pitch here. Braxton filling up the zone here. 0-2 pitch, 2 outs. The pitch, curveball, swung and missed for strike 3.
A pretty impressive inning there for Braxton. Certainly a good sign for things to come. And that was a quick, efficient inning, pounding the zone, working his pitches, good-looking curveball, kept him off balance.
And he didn't let that double,
No, he
phase him, and the wild pitch to the backstop.
Mm-hmm.
Kept his composure through strikes. Got K for the third out of that inning.
Looks like they are bringing DeSantos back out here. He can't have more than 15 pitches left, I wouldn't think. Huh? He's got 14 left? Okay. Cole with the update here.
Football? Yeah. What was that? That was 18. Is that right? How long ago was that? 6 years ago. Oh.
How many strikes to ball ratio does Loman have here? Let's see. Santos, 115 pitches, 64 for strikes. Due up for the Tigers, we have 7, 8, 9, Vickers, Fitzenreiter, Sonnenberg. Barring any changes in the lineup, looks like we are going to have a change. Looks like Drew Silvis will be hitting for Braden Vickers in the 7 spot. Silvis, another freshman. Drew, traditionally a right fielder. Got a lot of bats in the first couple games of the year. Struggled at the plate a little bit, trying to find himself. First pitch from DeSantos, taken for a strike. Again, Jigs, I think it's kind of getting your feet under you a little bit as a freshman.
Absolutely.
Silvis with a foul ball
Cut
to the right side.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about, you come in as a freshman, cold off the bench, and you got heavy 80s in the zone right at you. It's a tall task.
0-2 pitch to Silvis coming. Fastball taken for strike 3. Shortstop Fitzenreiter steps in, takes fastball for strike 1. Ball 1. Will 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts on the night. Fastball outside for ball 2, 2-1. 2-1 pitch to Fitzenreiter. Ground ball up the middle. It's going to get through for the 3rd Tiger hit this afternoon.
Job there by Will. Stay with that right back up the middle. He had 2 tough at-bats there to start, so it's good to see him get a little confidence there on a hit.
And now I think we'll see some relief from the Delta Panthers. I think they're going to bring in the second baseman, Jacob Walter. No, Brady Moore.
Santos finished with 12 Ks. Kind of shows you his dominant performance here tonight.
Delta with some positional changes. DeSanto goes to third base. think DH Maurer moves to second. I think Jacob Walter goes to shortstop.
High school baseball brought to you by Napoleon Main Stop. It's Thirsty Thursday and drink specials at Napoleon Main Stop. Fill up with
Brady Morris, senior.
at the best stop at Napoleon Main Stop.
Brady's got a pretty good arm too.
Kind of a
Decent speed, got a
three-quarter arm
three-quarter-
slot.
Yeah, kind of got a swerve, curveball.
Brady Moore 1 and 2 on the year with a 1.5 ERA, 12 innings pitched, 18 strikeouts.
So a couple good arms here for Delta.
He's got a 3.6 strikeout to walk ratio, so he's going to come at you.
Mm-hmm.
Look forward to seeing him face some of the other NWOAL teams and seeing how they handle his fastball.
At the plate, we have center fielder Caden Sonnenberg to face Moore. Fitzenreiter takes off to second, sliding in safe. Fitzenreiter with the stolen base. Pitches a ball. 1-0 count to Sonnenberg. Moore with the pitch. Ball 2 gets to
There
the
we go.
backstop. Fitzenreiter goes to third base.
Not able to get him home. Less than 2 outs.
1-1 count to Caden Sonnenberg. 1 out. Will Fitzenreiter on third base. From the stretch.
Ooh,
Hit by
got him.
pitch. Sonnenberg hit.
Puts him at first and third. And top of the order coming up, Isaiah Badenhop.
Tigers with 2 runners on here in the bottom of the 6th, trying to get something going. Turns the lineup over for Isaiah Badenhop. Isaiah 0 for 2 on the night with 2 strikeouts and a walk.
We had quite a few in our game on Monday, didn't we? It seemed like it. Or is that
Sonnenberg with a decent lead at first.
all right? 1 out, 2 aboard for Liberty.
Moore steps off.
Get on the board, trailing 8-0. DeSantos playing third. He's in on the grass at third in case of a bunt.
DeSantos in on the grass at third.
Left-hand hitter at the plate.
Moore, fastball out on the outside corner for ball 1. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th with Caden Sonnenberg at first. Sonnenberg takes off for second. He'll have the stolen base on it.
Smart. Little base knock here, scores 2.
2 on, 1 out here for the Tigers. Badenhop at the plate. Takes a fastball down the middle for strike 1. 2-1 the count. DeSantos playing up at third. Infield's playing back. Ground ball to second. It'll score a run. First run for the Tigers. 8-1 the score now for the Tigers.
Decent approach there by Isaiah to get a run in, make contact. Tyler leading with RBIs. See if he can get another one here.
Tyler 0 for 2 on the night with a hit by pitch. First pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Foul ball back to the right side. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Tigers. Caden Sonnenberg with the lead at third base. 0-2 pitch delay. That's taken for ball 1 outside. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Second baseman calling for it and makes the out. Heading to the top of the 7th, the Tigers trail the Delta Panthers 8-1.
Braxton Light coming back out. He had a good inning last one there. Let's see if we can be fishing again, pound the zone.
See if there's any positional changes here for the Tigers. Looks like the Tigers will bring on Braden Vickers into the game to pitch the 7th.
Okay.
Billy Kruger, freshman, warming up the pitcher. I don't know if he'll stay in the game, but
Here comes T-Lay.
Braden got a decent amount of innings last year in his junior year. Limited his appearances this year.
Well, Delta, after going down the last 2 innings without scoring, which is impressive for Tigers, getting up 8 runs in the first score.
Vickers will face 1, 2, 3 in the Delta lineup to start the top of the 7th. He'll face Jacob Walter, who is 0 for 3 on the day, followed by Brady Moore, 1 for 4, followed by Carlos DeSantos, 2 for 4 on the day with a double.
Yeah, then number 4 is Lane Lopez. He's had a big night, so nice to go 1, 2, 3 and stay away from Lopez in this inning.
Vickers' first appearance of the year, comes set, pitch on the way. Ball 1 down low. One 0 pitch. Strike 1. Single to left. Mason Smith will cut it down, get the ball into the infield. Nice piece of hitting from Walters to get his second hit of the game.
I have to say it's pretty inviting looking out there when the center fielder is almost on the second base side of the middle, and then you have the left fielder not exactly hugging, but still close to the line. There's a big hole out there.
Runner on first with no outs here in the top of the 7th for the Delta Panthers, bringing up Brady Moore, their pitcher, to the plate. Ball in the dirt. Runner moves up to second. Big turn. 1-0 count to Moore. Jacob Walter on second base. Decent lead. 1-0 pitch. Ball 2. 2-0 count to here to Brady Moore.
Part of the order for Vickers facing the top half for Delta. For that matter, everybody, there's been a lot of production up and down the order for Delta.
Ball 3.
Try to find a strike here.
Middle, the top, the bottom, surprisingly productive. Hit the ball well.
Top of the 7th here, we have an 8-1 Delta lead. Brady Moore at the plate. 3-0 pitch. Fastball for strike.
Stay tuned after the game for post-game awards. Defensive player of the game and player of the game all to check out.
3-1 pitch from Vickers on the way.
Moore waiting on the 3-1 pitch.
Ball 4 to Moore.
You get DeSantos and Lopez coming up. Here comes the kind of the meat of the order.
DeSantos 2 for 4 on the night with 1 run scored. Runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th for the Panthers. Vickers needs to get ahead here. Ball 1 outside.
Yeah, and again, it's hard to believe they were hitting 188 coming in.
1-0 pitch from Vickers on the way.
Vickers pitch. Low
Curveball gets by Lay. Runners move up.
on to second and third. Go the Panther base runners.
Yeah, it's a tough play there for Tyler. Not much he can do there. That curveball landed so far in front of him.
Yelled off the board here now with
Couldn't really trap it.
nobody out.
Yeah, no force play anyway. Tough for the infield.
2-0 count. Runners on second and third for DeSantos. Fastball swung on, fouled back.
Santos to reach out for that one.
Santos with the green light there. Up 8-1. 2-0 count. Decent lead at third base for Walter. 2-1 pitch. Curveball gets away, but runner does not move up. 3-1 count to DeSantos.
Foul in front of the plate, so the catcher's got his job cut out for him. Trying to corral it.
It's got extra spin on it because it's a curveball, so it is tough to keep.
Runners on second and third. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. The pitch from Vickers. Popped up. Shallow. There's a collision. The ball falls. Run scores. DeSantos at second. Runner from second moves to third.
Collide and the ball pops out.
Yeah, he's got to call each other off there. Looks like they both had a chance at it, just didn't communicate there in the outfield.
DeSantos safe out there at second. Okay, giving up his gloves, and that will bring up. Put an error on that.
That brings up Lane Lopez, the catcher. Lopez 3 for 4 on the night with 2 runs scored,
Yeah, he's
1
hot.
RBI.
He's hot.
Ooh, swings through that one.
Big cut.
That's a pretty aggressive cut there from Lopez.
He's looking deep, I think.
Runners on second and third for Lopez. Nobody out here in the 7th. Fastball up and in. Misses for ball 1. 1-1 count.
Are there any knuckleballers around anymore, Dave?
Just full dose of it.
1-1 pitch.
Everybody's into that 95 mile an hour.
Foul ball straight back. 1 ball, 2 count here to Lane Lopez.
Oh, you're going way too far back. You're that.
Infield playing back, down 9-1. Looking to just get an out here. Lopez all over the plate. Pop up, out of play. Count remains 1-2 to Lopez.
In the 60s and 70s, tried to throw one sometime along the way.
I know we did in the backyard.
Hanging in there up at the plate.
1-2 pitch from Vickers.
1-2 pitch.
Runners on second and third. Fastball. Hit well to left field. Hits the gap. 1 run scores. The second run scores, and Lopez is into second base for his
Third double, right?
third double of the night.
Man, he's hitting the ball well. What is he, 4 for 5, 3 doubles?
Lopez 4 for 5 with 3 doubles.
Still nobody out.
Hard
Nobody
hit.
out here in the top of the 7th. Delta with 11-1 lead.
At least 3 RBIs and a runner at second. Pitch low and that hit the
That hit Morrow.
batter, so he's on to first base. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And Henrik Free scheduled about. Let's see if that's who it is. It is who it is. Okay, we've got time.
That hit by pitch will lead to a time called.
Frost Insurance in Holgate and Napoleon.
Get a pitching change here.
Independent insurance. So we're going to get a pitching change for Liberty
And that is Billy Kruger now pitching.
7-1 in the top of the 7th.
Warming up the pitcher in between innings, and now he's on the mound.
Double him down. Catching to pitcher.
Another freshman in the Tigers lineup.
Is this Billy's first appearance?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're digging deep into the bullpen tonight. We are digging deep. Just throw strikes, Billy.
Cold, we got time to thank our sponsors one more time before the end of the night here.
Tiger Sports Live would like to thank its 2024-25 title sponsors: KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Swanton Welding, P's and Ello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, and the Gerald Grain Centers. We appreciate you guys. They support us, so please support them.
I think he may have pitched a little bit in the Archbold JV game.
Okay. Take some deep breaths, Billy. Groove it right across the middle and let your defense do the rest.
Emmerich Freeze up to bat for the Panthers. Runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the 7th. Dealt the Panthers with 11-1 lead. Kruger, curveball,
Yeah, I like that.
lands it in there for strike
Start
one.
off with the curve. It's a guts pitch right there.
0-1 pitch to Freeze. Kruger comes set. The pitch, fastball, gets away from Tyler. Runners move up to second and third.
Offense going again here in the 7th.
1-1 pitch to Freeze. Runners on second and third. Nobody out here in the 7th. Curveball just outside.
Thought he was going to give it to him.
Plenty of hits today and
2-1 pitch coming here for Kruger. Curveball fouled straight back. Evens count at 2-2.
Defense has been fine.
2-2 pitch from Kruger on the way. Curveball just a hair inside.
Well, I was watching him warm up. He comes way over the top, much more than
Billy, just a freshman.
pitchers we've seen.
3-2 pitch.
More from the side.
Fastball fouled off to the right side.
Well, tell me I'm wrong, Dave, but sometimes when you come over the top like that, it makes your curveball drop a little bit. Too. Some of those curveballs move more horizontally, but his curveball's moving down and away.
Emmerich Freeze at the plate for the Panthers. Freeze 1 for 3 on the day with a run scored, 1 walk, and a strikeout. Ball fouled back. Count remains 3-2.
Billy staying around the zone.
Ball back in play. 3-2 pitch on the way to Freeze. Curveball misses. Bases loaded, nobody out for Delta here in the top of the 7th. That brings up number 8, Hayden Bolton for the Delta Panthers. Left-hand hitting Bolton 0 for 2 on the night. Pop-up's going to get out of play.
So we get double play here.
1-1 the count to Bolton.
Billy.
Looking to get that first out of the top of the 7th here. Kruger with the pitch. Fastball high. 2-1 count to Bolton. Two 1 pitch. Fastball out of play. Two, bases loaded for the Panthers here in the top of the 7th.
They got all bases loaded, so they're all primed to
Center fielder Hayden Bolton at the plate. Kruger with the curveball, misses high. 3-2 count. Three-two count. Ball 4.
Yeah, it's tough. You go this deep into your bullpen, and obviously Light was having a, he was kind of grooving there. You try to save him a little bit, go to Vickers, and just couldn't quite find it. And now you're just kind of run out of pitchers, unfortunately, when you get this late.
Jaden Lohman at the plate for the Delta Panthers. Lohman 2 for 3 on the night. Lohman with a hit by pitch, bringing home another run for the Panthers.
Certainly not, not something you want to put on a freshman, though, either. You don't want to go ruin a freshman's confidence in a game like this and have him struggle. It's certainly not his fault. And
Coach LaPlante conferencing with the home plate umpire. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change here. Not quite sure who we're going to yet. Looks like we're going to go to Tatum Murdoch, third baseman.
Tatum Murdoch, I think, is going to get the call. So we have a break in the action as he gets warmed up, and it's dealt up 13-1 in the top of the seventh on the three-quarter scoreboard.
Tatum warmed up and just try to throw some strikes, and
Looks like Navarro will go in the game at third base.
yeah, these are tough games. I remember a game in my sophomore year playing Fremont Ross over here. Fremont Ross was stacked, and we were not very good. I think it was 25 to 25 to nothing, and you just kept bringing pitchers in, and the same thing kept happening. It was just double, home run, double, and you're just looking at like, oh my! Just gapper. It's just tough feeling sometimes when you. That's not what's happening here yet, but no. It's not very fun. It can be like this.
Tatum with the first pitch strike to 9-hitter Jack Tedrick. Tedrick 1 for 4 on the night. Tedrick with a line drive to center field. Out.
Got it too.
Double him
Nice
up
play.
at second. The runner does not score. Double play. 2 pitches, 2 outs. And we finally have 2 outs.
That's exactly what we needed
in the top
right
of the
there.
7th.
There we go.
We'll go with an L8, 5, 1, 2 in the scorebook. So we got runners on first and third, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Delta leads 13-1. That brings up Jacob Walter.
Nice grab there by T-Lay.
Walter 1 for
Backhander.
4 on the night. 2 runs scored, 1 walk. 1-0 to Walter. Murdoch comes set. Curveball loops into left field for a base hit. That'll score a run. That brings up Brady Moore, Panther pitcher, to the plate. Moore 1 for 4 on the night. Murdoch, ball 1 low. Runners on first and second, 2 outs here for the Tigers.
Got your force.
Line drive to left field. Mason Smith gets it in quick, loads the bases. For number 3 hitter, Carlos DeSantos. DeSantos 2 for 5 on the night. 2 runs scored. Curveball in for a strike from Murdoch. 0-1.
Yeah, it's a good-looking pitch.
Bases loaded, 2 outs here. Curveball swung through from DeSantos. 0-2.
Come right back to it.
Down low, ball one.
Murdoch's got a good-looking arm. He's got nice curveball and decent speed on his fastball.
Yeah, and only a freshman. Another freshman in the lineup here. Curveball, foul ball down the left field line.
You called that, Dave. It was that off-speed curveball, and he was just sitting on it.
You got to remember, you're throwing to a pitcher here. So pitchers know how you set up people. So it's 1-2.
1-2 here to DeSantos. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Bases loaded.
Yeah, you see it enough. You're,
Looking for a pitch to get out of this inning.
what's this 1-2 going to be? Another curve, and it hits him. And DeSantos will.
That's tough there. A little bit of a lean in.
Yeah, well, I thought he crowded the plate, leaned in, and
I think
really
Murdoch's
didn't
looking
look-
for it. I think
didn't look like it was really that far off the plate.
Started at 8-1, but now 15-1 with Delvin now sending up. Their cleanup batter, Lane Lopez.
Well, the tough thing for the Tigers is they
with that hit by pitch, it takes the Panther lead to 15-1. 7 runs scored in this inning for the Panthers. Curveball, strike one.
Lopez has been their guy here tonight with the power. See if Murdoch can get him, get out of this inning.
Lopez 4 for 5 with 3 doubles.
Yeah, he's seeing the ball pretty well.
Foul ball almost takes out the third base coach. 0-2 pitch coming.
Liberty Center will have an at bat left. Tigers will be up near the top of the order.
0-2 pitch, 2 outs.
Back in.
Bases loaded here for the Panthers.
Murdoch brings the 0-2.
Curveball outside.
Over 2.5 hours old on this ball game here, working past 7:30 on Thursday night.
Murdoch with the pitch. Curveball misses low. Evens count at 2-2. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th.
Center at 3 wins coming in. Delta only 1.
Fastball ripped into left field. 1 run will score. Runners move up.
For the Panthers, and Lopez is having an inning here. He's got 3 RBIs in the inning. 2 hits.
yeah, so
Is he 5 for 6? Lopez?
That's Lopez's 5th hit tonight.
Wow.
4 RBIs.
Maurer up at the plate, bases
Brings up Vincent Maurer. Maurer 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored, 4 RBIs himself.
Pitch.
Murdoch gets ahead for strike 1. 0-1 pitch coming.
first inning, and they haven't stopped.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2 from Murdoch.
well, the other tough thing is the offense for Delta's been very productive, but you just don't want to get behind these hitters. These guys are swinging the bat well. If you get behind, it kind of
0-2 pitch from Murdoch coming. Fastball misses. 1-2 count to Maurer.
Day in the inning, Vincent Maurer, a senior up there for Delta.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, curveball, swung on and hit foul down the right field line.
Ahead of that one.
Lauer's been productive this afternoon, too, a pair of doubles. Again, he's got about 4 RBIs to go with the 2 doubles.
You have to have 5 RBIs to get player of the game today. Delta's had a ton, and a
1 ball, 2 strikes for Murdoch.
1-2 count, and
Murdoch strikes, steps off.
Well, you have Maurer with 2 doubles, and Lopez, I think, has 3 doubles. So,
Murdoch's calling his catcher out. I think wants to change the signs because they're being relayed in from second base.
it seems a little more subtler than the previous relays we saw.
A 1-2 pitch here from Murdoch.
Stealing signs. 1-2 the count.
1-2 the count to Maurer. The pitch and singled to right field. That'll bring in another run. Runners move up, bringing the score to 17-1. We have a pinch hitter for the Delta Panthers.
They do not seem tired of hitting the ball hard. The last 3 hitters.
Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the 7th. The pitch from Murdoch, curveball for a strike. Murdoch comes set, 0-1 pitch. Curveball.
That's a
Falls in there for strike 2.
Alberta's done a good job the last 2 hitters of getting ahead of the
0-2 pitch coming here from Murdoch. Pitch from Murdoch. Curveball, strike 3. And that ends the top of the 7th for Delta. Delta takes the 17-1 lead heading into the bottom of the 7th.
We're headed to the bottom of the 7th inning on the three-quarter scoreboard, 17-1. Delta with a lead, and the Tigers coming to bat, likely one more time. Coverage today on WNDA Main Stop. Remember the best time at Main Stop, and baseball presented by Esther Chevrolet Cadillac. No one beats an Estolino. Calculator out, don't you, for that?
a high-tech calculator.
9 runs. How many hits did Delta
Well, they had 7 hits, but there were multiple walks and there were 2 hits batsmen. So,
Okay.
you know, the 7 hits is a little deceptive because there's some problems with control. So they walked a couple runs in. They had another run that was. You get now. Here's the question of the day: is it worth getting hit by pitch to get an RBI?
You're in need of RBIs, I guess you do. But you said it earlier. If Carlos DeSantos is pitching, I don't need an RBI that bad.
You know, I was just going to say it's time play circumstance. If Carlos. Well, they're near the top of the
There for the Panthers. We're going to get Caden Kreinbrink to lead off here. Bottom of the 7th.
Mason Smith out there. Let's see if the Tigers can't get on the board again.
This does look like Kreinbrink actually hitting here. And Moore takes it wide.
Ball outside to start him off here. Caden's got a double, walk, ground out his last time up. Ball outside, 2-0. He's had a couple good at-bats for the Tigers tonight. Good cut, fouled back. 2-1, the count. Caden Kreinbrink.
3-1 to Caden Kreinbrink here in the bottom of the 7th. Moore working his 2nd inning of work. Fastball inside. Ball 4.
The bottom of the 7th with the base runner. Bring up Mason Smith. I know he has a hit. He had a base hit last time up.
Yes, he's got a walk and a base hit, so he's actually
That brings up Mason Smith to the plate. Mason Smith 1 for 2 with 1 walk on the day. Kreinbrink moves up to second. Kreinbrink takes his lead at second. Smith up at the plate. Moore with a strike to even the count at 1-1. One and one count. Ground ball fouled on the left side.
say, what does it mean when we're still playing baseball and the cars going by on the nearby highway have their lights on?
1 ball, 2 strikes to Mason Smith. Smitty looking for a second hit tonight. Kreinbrink takes his lead at second. Looper down the caught by first baseman. Double play at second.
Well, play like that kind of sums up the day and the evening, doesn't it? Just
A little bit there.
You know, he was on the run. Kreinbrink was looking for the steal. Smitty with a little bloop, duck snort, and got him doubled up.
1 pitch, 2 outs there for Moore. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. That brings up pitcher Tatum Murdoch. He hits that one foul. Tatum 0 for 3 on the night. That pitch just misses Murdoch. Ball 1. One count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Tatum ground ball to third base. And the ball gets away from the first baseman. Murdoch reaches on the air.
I think that's Delta's first error of the game.
Now, I was just going to say you have the pitcher, possibly player of the game playing third base now. How impressive was that suggest?
That brings up Isaac Orth to the plate in the bottom of the 7th. Tigers down 17-1. Murdoch takes his lead at first. Moore with the pitch. Fastball just misses off the inside. One 0 pitch to Orth. Ball 2. Murdoch gets back on a back pick from the catcher.
Yeah, Lopez, he's obviously been hitting, but he plays a pretty good catcher there too. Pretty active. Not many pass balls tonight.
Pretty physical kid too. Ooh, hit by pitch. Orth with a hit by pitch.
It's right on the elbow. That hurts.
Runners on first and second, 2 outs for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 7th. Bring up to the plate. Pinch hitter, Lucas Navarre. Lucas, a junior. 2 on, 2 out. First pitch, fastball, first strike on the outside corner. Wild pitch. Pitch gets away. Runners move up to second and third with 2 outs. Navarre with not many at-bats on the year, trying to make the most of his chance here. Fastball down the middle, swung through for strike 2.
Good cut.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Navarre. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. Foul ball off to the right side.
You can tell Brady Moore, he started out as shortstop, has a live arm. Struggled a little bit with control, but when he brings it in, he's really tough to hit.
1-2 pitch to Navarre.
1-2 pitch.
Slider, missed low and away. Even the count at 2-2.
2-2 with 2 out.
Catchers in this game are going to be tired. They really had to be agile back there.
Throwing their bodies around. 2-2 pitch.
Foul ball off to the right.
And the umpire says, I don't have any.
Navarre putting together a good at-bat here in the bottom of the 7th.
If we give them $100 when they return one, might bring them back in.
Run out of
We're out
balls.
of baseballs here.
Hello.
Throwing a new pearl there.
That one's pretty white.
I think they need a pretty white ball.
They do at this time of the night.
One that glows in the dark.
Lucas Navarre.
2-2 pitch to Navarre on the way. Fouled off to the right.
It's a heck of an at-bat.
Need another baseball.
Another new ball.
Digging them out of somewhere over there on the Liberty Center dugout.
Think they're out opening boxes of new ones.
Into the stash for next game. Another
We reset, 2-2 pitch. Curveball swung and missed for the final out of the game.
Liberty Center Tigers need more runners stranded. Nothing on the board. It's a final. Delta wins it over Liberty Center 17-1. That's your three.
And that's the final here from B.A. Miller Field.
This game and here's some of the
A 17-1 final in favor of the Delta Panthers.
to do a little tally over there, and I'll recap some of the
Delta 17 runs on 18 hits, 1 error. Our Tigers 1 run on 3 hits, 3 errors. What'd you see tonight, Jakes?
Well, I think early when we were still in this ball game, we talked about it a little bit. It's just executing when we get runners in scoring position, get a timely hit. Didn't get any timely hits really tonight, and not terrible pitching. I think Delta, they hit the ball pretty well. I think we limited them on some things, but we just got to hit the ball in a timely manner. And I think it's a young team that's going to get that going here. Hopefully later as they go, but it's going to take some time as a young team.
Yep. And I just chalk it up to not the night for the Tigers. But from B.A. Miller Field, this is Greg Radwin with Brian Jiggs, Babcock. Thank you guys for listening. And tune in next time on LC Tiger Sports Live. Thanks.